LTI as an enterprise essentially is an organization which resonates very well with our customers for driving digital transformation. When we look at the segment of employee base that we have here at LTI, it is certainly skewed in some ways because we have a lot of millennial user base, if you will, that are part of our talent workforce. Mobility in today's day and age is not just a necessity. I think it has come down to be a lifestyle for individuals in their personal life as well as in their professional life. You know, our journey internally within LTI on a mobile platform started a couple years ago. So when we started canvassing the market and tried looking for which are some of the container-based technology stacks that are available, we realized that there are not many players out there who have seamless interfaces and then allow us to rapidly go ahead and enable our enterprise solutions. Drona HQ is certainly one of those providers, if you will, that has helped us in accelerating our deployment of applications. You know, a couple of things that really kind of stood out with the enablement and partnership with Drona HQ includes the number one is the readiness of the platform. I think the platform today, where it stands, absolutely allows an enterprise like LTI to roll out solutions worldwide with least amount of effort, if you will. The second one was just the security element, which is securing our applications and to make sure that the right user base has the right access to the application, while we were also able to leverage the current set of security protocols and parameters that were already established. And so that was a good way of merging both these elements, if you will. The third part around Drona HQ that we truly believe is a game changer for LTI is ability to rapidly develop and deploy applications. With the simplified way of really designing these applications, developing them, and then rolling it out in container base has given us an undue advantage in some ways, because we are able to shrink the requirements to deployment stage away from which was essentially a 3-week cycle time to now a weekly deployments. And I think it is only possible because of the maturity of the platform itself. There are so many examples around that after we deployed our enterprise container, if you will, that essentially has come back to me either as a positive feedback or, you know, many of those are mostly appreciating all the good work that we have done. But there is one example that I would love to share with you guys, which is, you know, we had one resource who was a globetrotter, and he was just traveling from city to city trying to do the sales, if you will. And you know, there was a situation where he really wanted to get his travel approvals done, and so he went ahead and put his request, if you will, but it was at a real short notice. And long behold, just like everything else on Murphy's Law, the manager who was supposed to go ahead and approve was on a vacation. The way we have really designed the system today essentially gives an individual not only things that he or she needs to approve, but also a forward-looking view of all the approvals that possibly will come to his desk over a period of time. Given the way we define the systems, given the way the platform enabled it, and the ease of use with the Drona HQ enablements, this user, while he was in the remote area, was able to complete his transaction, right? And he could not have imagined having this approval in place, making his connections, getting to his commitments, if this solution did not exist. And I think that was a very pleasant surprise. And I do hear similar stories coming from different facets of this organization. We hear a lot of good comments coming from our social platform where people have gone ahead and appreciated how their lives have been simplified and how things have really been enabled so that they become more productive and more informed.
My role permanently is to kind of help clients in digital transformation. And digital transformation, as you could guess, is bringing a whole portfolio of tools and technologies to really solve business challenges and problems. Unless then we can really solve a meaningful business problem, the transformation has really no meaning. The mobility itself basically comes first, as we say, mobile first approach is now the fundamental part of any solution that we build. So mobility is definitely part of my portfolio, along with the work that we do in user experience, in integration, and whole sort of digital applications that we build for clients. It's very important for LTI to build applications required for themselves at a very great pace. We kind of are almost leapfrogging on the digital technologies for clients. When we are basically setting the tone for our customers to do extremely rapid development, it's also important for us to kind of get the same speed for our internal functions and employees. The expectation is going up per se in terms of what employees can expect from the companies, and hence it's a perfect example of why we would want to kind of do development in-house for ourselves, try it out ourselves for our own employees, and take those solutions to our customers. In that context, CIO and developing applications for our employees using RONA HQ was perfect combination, and that's what we tried out in our first round. The customer experience is like really kind of spoiled by choices, right? In terms of people going on Ubers and Amazons, they expect exactly the same service when they basically look at the enterprise apps. So we are definitely paying a lot of attention there. Mobile is kind of catching fire in almost everything that we do, whether it's either employee productivity for your own employees, or basically it's on field force, or people who are actually doing fitting out things or manufacturing on the shop floor, or doing a post-field servicing. Service management is a big play for mobility. You could see that mobility is playing out in almost every single segment that you can talk about. The intelligence of trying to bring location awareness, the geofencing, all the analytics based on the data from background to make meaningful decisions is now all expected within the small window of a mobile app. And we are doing a lot of such apps. And we rolled out a huge number of apps for our own employees, and we started to build this some time back, and the journey was pretty tight in terms of the amount of apps that we want to kind of deliver each week. That was very challenging to convince our own developers that you could potentially end up developing an app in a week. Where we had to kind of go through the training to be able to use container-based development, and how you can actually build micro apps, things with very specific purposes and not really big, very large apps, kind of really turn around things for us. Right? And that has basically now instilled confidence in our own employees, people who are doing mobile development, to now take the same approach to the customers. Now that they have tested blood, that they know that they can actually build apps within 7-10 days to come to a first prototype, has really given them the required confidence to be able to do that. Tools, which are the fourth generation or the fifth generation, where we could help them get to a technology where it needs very less coding, where the maintenance becomes easy, or take existing apps and refactor them very quickly into a container. That definitely gives them a very big confidence to be able to leverage all their investments. It's a great combination where we are trying to start bringing RONA HQ and our own Mosaic platform together for Mosaic Experience. We've started to use Mosaic Experience for middleware, authentication, database, APIs and stuff like that, where we can bring in the RONA HQ platform and mobile for the end experience part of it, right? It kind of almost complements and completes our transformation on our platform, and I think it's a great journey to take forward to our customers. What we started to do is, after having gone through our own experience of using RONA HQ platform for our own internal apps, we have kind of internalized it really well. We have trained a huge base on the same technology and ability to use container concepts to kind of roll out mobile apps. We started to now think of packaging our own solutions onto basically RONA HQ, right? I'll give you examples like, for example, on field service type of apps, which could be essentially about 10 or 12 different processes that you would need an app on. It could be all bundled as a single solution that could be deployed, and it could be through a single sign-on mechanism for a role-based enabling of the apps that is required, right? So this combination of basically our solutions being enabled on platform like RONA comes very handy at this point in time, and we're taking it in that fashion to our customers.
At LTI, we truly believe that our job is only done when we solve problems for our customers. There is no better way of solving our customers' problem than leveraging and partnering with an organization who truly believes in simplifying enterprise mobility solutions. I think a combination of two is a winning partnership, and we are happy to set the stone and continue to progress in those regards and building amazing applications and changing the life of end users as well as of our customers.
I'm very happy with the way the apps have come up for our own employees. It's really transformed the way they work. Things used to take like 2 days around to kind of approve time requests, time travel, approvals on time reports, approvals for travel requests. It is now a matter of seconds, right? Literally, you could call up somebody and somebody could hit an approval button on app, and the next second your approval is through. It gives a big different energy levels to our employees, where they start seeing things are moving at speed of light, and they would want to bring the same kind of energy to our customers. So I see a big transformation and a change within ourselves to kind of adapt to the digital.